Top 7 Best SMGs in Phantom Forces. Hello lovely YouTube family, welcome back to Roblox Thrasher. In today's video, we're going to talk about the best 7 SMGs in Phantom Forces. Before we start the video, all of you are requested to hit the subscribe button on the channel so that you never miss any of our videos. Phantom Forces Roblox is a popular shooting game on Roblox. It's a shooting game played in an online arena in teams, and though it looks a bit simple, but it offers a challenge similar to Battlefield. Players actually need to develop an understanding of the varied geography of each location, handling of each weapon, as well as other movement and strategic systems to do well. Today, we're going to mention a top 5 list of the SMGs in the game. However, we're not putting any such SMGs that require a broken setup for them to be on the top tier. Although the choice of SMG varies from player to player, but we can try these setups here, and you will love this list of submachine guns where we are also giving you a setup with each one. Number 1. C7. It's not technically a submachine gun, it is in fact an assault rifle which you can turn into an SMG. The new C7 was recently added into the Canada update, and you can turn that into a submachine gun. Probably this is one of the best SMGs in the game right now. Currently, if you do the SMG build, but to make it that good, you have to use the long barrel and the full stock and then the SMG ammo. Well, that is truly what makes the gun insane, and that is why it does put it at the top of the list for some submachine guns, but I just wanted to. Number 2, M3A1. This SMG is a pure class and in fact is a really good gun. It takes quite some skill to use it, but once you master it, it will be a pretty great gun for you, which you can do pretty much all ranges for an SMG. Though it just has a super slow firing rate, but with a particular setup that you could put it on, it transforms it to one of the best out there. If you actually put the muzzle booster on, that increases the rate of fire by 8%, which is quite a big increase. However, it also kind of ruins the vertical recoil. On this M3A1, another setup that you can use is the reflex sight, consisting of a green or blue laser, whichever you prefer for holding grip, and also the muzzle booster. In fact, we recommend putting on the muzzle brake over the muzzle booster, but after you practice with the muzzle brake for a little bit, you can maybe try out the muzzle booster after you unlock it and see if you guys like that more. But all in all, the muzzle brake is definitely recommended, although it takes a lot of time for you to get a hold of this gun as you practice. It still is one of the most unique and different from every other SMG in the game. Number 3, Vector. This gun is extremely popular and can even be called to be heavily overused. This gun is really good. You got 3 new ammo types that you can put on this thing. You can put 9mm rounds on that. It can give you around 33 rounds instead of the regular 20 or 25. Another benefit of using this gun is that with the other ammo types that you can get in the game, but even with so many ammo options, the gun still has almost no recoil, which is one of the best things about the Vector apart from its super fast fire rate. It is still recommended using the tiny Vector, but it's your choice. Whether or not you want to put more ammo in you is up to you, so the setup that you can use with the Vector is the reflex sight and the muzzle brake no stock. Actually, the no stock is pretty worth it. Using this, you can run much faster, even with a Vector in hand. It is super beneficial since you've got to get out of certain areas sometimes. If you don't use like 33 rounds of the 9mm rounds, you need to escape pretty quickly, and not having to always pull your knife is quite a big advantage. Number 4, MP10. The MP10 is everyone's favorite SMG since a long time. Now it comes with this new update that allows you to put a new long barrel on the SMG, which is pretty insane. The long barrel really allows you to go for 24 damages per hit from 200 studs out, which is actually one of a kind for a submachine gun. The MP10 is definitely worth trying out if you guys haven't yet. Now, there is not any specific setup for this, but you can use the reflex sight with the long barrel to get that increased damage. Whether you use the blue laser or green laser, that's completely up to you. However, the blue laser is recommended for the grip pen with a stubby grip, or you can also switch this out with a folding grip if you feel like that works better for you. This is an all-round SMG which is similar to the M3A1 but with a much faster fire rate. We definitely do recommend trying this gun out. Number 5, L2A3. You'll just love the way this SMG sounds, plus the way it feels. It's just all. Now, this is just another one of those guns that are pretty much all around, and it is pretty good up close. The recommended setup for the L2A3 is kind of like what you have an attachment that you can switch in and out, but it's really up to you. For the optic, again, it is recommended to go with the reflex sight, which is a much favorite sight after the mini sight got changed a little bit, or else you can use the mini sight too. For the barrel attachment, you can go with the long barrel so you can get that extended range damage for the grip. You should be going with a folding grip so you can try out the stubby. If you run around with no stock on this weapon, you're going to get quite a big increase in the vertical recoil and recoil overall, so just throw in a stock, it will fix that. You can also run around with the laser, and that we recommend the blue laser, however you can switch between depending on the maps. Number 6. MP5 SD. If you don't like having a built-in suppressor and putting the long barrel suppressor on the SMG, then you can use that MP5. But if not, then you can surely go with the SD version of this. What we love about this SMG is that it performs at all ranges, even up close, and honestly it kind of outperforms all the other SMGs from a distance, even though it has a weaker damage per hit from the range. The recoil control in this weapon is actually insane, and that's what makes it better. For Prospect, the MP10 does have a high damage from range, but the recoil might make you miss a couple of shots, so it might not be worth it. Instead, the MP5 SD will be doing about 19 damage per hit from about. Add no recoil on top of it and you easily get the best handling SMG in the game, which has got a pretty good long range. As for the setup, you can use the reflex sight for the barrel, and remember, it is the long barrel because that's the only option you have. Plus, it does increase your damage quite a bit, so reflex sight on the long barrel is highly recommended. For your underbarrel, you can go with a stubby grip, and as for the laser, you can prefer the green laser that you can always throw on instead of the regular laser. Number 7. P90. The P90 is a pretty good SMG too. The damage in the range of 20 to 25 might not be that good, but a 50-round magazine and 900 RPM makes it a decent suppression weapon. It gives you a little bit more movement, and we do recommend the full stock because you pretty much have no recoil with the weapon. A Belgian PDW with a unique magazine feed system and curious ergonomics, high magazine capacity, and great wall penetration with moderate recoil and low damage. The weapon is grasped by means of a thumb hole in the frame that acts as a pistol grip, as well as an oversized trigger guard that acts as a foregrip for the shooter's support hand. And that's it for today. If you liked the video, press like and also share the video with your friends. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.